Boom, 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 boom. Let's make sure this is all up and running. Because, you know, there's some interesting stuff to be talking about today, man. Some interesting stuff. Audio sounds pattern. Audio does sound pattern. Let's share that on Twitter. And then let's share that on the YouTube page as well. Damn, two Liverpool watch-alongs in a row, man. What is this becoming a Liverpool fan channel? You know what I mean, man? Oh man. Bam, let's get that shared on there. And then just one more place to share this live, and then we can get it going. We can get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, then Arian, my boy, seeing you in chat nice and early. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Bam, there we go. That should all be pattern there. Yeah, I've told you he's not getting this goal, man. I've told you he's not getting the goal. It's not happening. I've told you. The goal is not coming. To be fair, let me get the lineup again. I did look at it earlier. Obviously, I've been absolutely shafted on my bet on Bayern Munich. Kane's absolutely ruined my evening. But when you look at, obviously, the Inter lineup is to be as expected, right? Like, the way they line up is exactly how I was expecting Inter to line up, right? Obviously, the weak point in their team is Manuel Akanji. But then you look at the Liverpool team, and obviously it's Alisson, Joe Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, which I'll probably say starting Robertson over Kirkes is probably the right thing to do. But obviously you got Conor Bradley on the bench. Maybe he should be starting right back and Joe Gomez instead of Konate. I don't really understand how Konate gets away with being able to start every single game. And then the midfield of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and McAllister, you know, speaks for itself really. That's a title winning midfield right there. But the front three of Ekitike, Jones and Isak. So you're telling me, right? You're telling me Mo Salah can come out and do that interview that he did, right? Do that interview that he did. And they're starting Curtis Jones over Rio Engamoa at right wing. I'm very much hoping that that's not the case and the 4-3-3 is not the formation they're playing. Because Curtis Jones off of the right wing, when your job is on the line basically, and you've just had one of the craziest weeks in the club's history, he can't be serious. Arne Slot cannot be serious. He can't be. He cannot be serious. Like, I refuse to believe that he's serious. I refuse to believe that he's serious with that team that he's put out, man. There's no way. There's no way. I predict an Inter win, obviously. I just don't think... Oh, Kane's just been subbed off. That's brilliant. Nicholas Jackson's definitely not getting a goal and assist within the next 2 minutes. So that's £10 down the drain. That's 10 Great British pounds down the drain. You love to see that. Yeah, that's woeful. I can't believe Bayern scored 3 goals, yeah. and Kane does not have a goal involvement in any of those. Like, really? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at right now? Kane getting no goal involvement in a Champions League game against Sporting. Every time, whether it was me betting on Spurs or Bayern, every time it's Harry Kane that lets me down. Every single time. So I need to stop. I need to stop betting on Bayern Munich. I need to stop betting on England. I need to stop betting on anything that involves Harry Kane, because all he does is ruin my day. Every single time. Every single time. And I don't think I can deal with it anymore. I don't think I've got the mental stability to be dealing with Harry Kane ruining my evening every single time. Every single time I put money on his team to win. There's just no need for it, man. Just no need for it. Am I even on the right channel? Who's playing next? On oh no. What one more? Where's the Liverpool game on to actually? Are they I probably should have researched this beforehand, I'm not gonna lie. It's on Prime Video. Right. Now I've actually got to sign into Amazon Prime. I had Virgin Go thinking it was going to be on TNT, but I forgot the Champions League is just one of the stupidest competitions when it comes to being televised. What do you mean join Prime? I've already got a Prime account. No, they're not doing this to me. Amazon is not doing this to me right now. Yes, I'm wanting to watch on Amazon. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I don't care. Okay, there we go. There we go. I have the game up. We have the game up and running. After me thinking it was on TNT instead of Amazon. Oh, man. Best thing about not like I've got it on anyway, but the best thing with Amazon is you can turn the commentary off. So it's not like I'm watching with commentary on anyway. Yeah, Kane didn't score, nor did he get an assist. It's absolutely ruined my evening. Absolutely ruined my evening. But Bayern did win, and my other bet was for. Well, let's get a load of this. Tell me what you think of this one, right? So it was. Let me load my app up. So Bayern Munich to win, which they did. Atletico to win. Marseille to win. Barcelona to win. Spurs to win. Chelsea to win. And Inter to win. And I put £1 on that. And that comes back at £51. Do I think that one's going to come in? No, that one was a bit hopeful. I kind of put all my eggs in one basket thinking Kane was going to pull out a heavy stat pad session against Sporting, but he decided to do the absolute opposite. Are there any decent bets on the Liverpool game in general? Not from what I'm seeing, no. Not from what I am seeing. Now the San Siro, absolutely beautiful. It's a shame that it's a shame that that's not going to be there for too much longer. But come on, score predictions in chat. We need score predictions in chat for this Liverpool game. I think they lose. I think Inter have to win this game. Well, no, Liverpool have to win, but I think Inter are like the obvious favourites to win this game. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that Inter are going to win this game, especially at home. I just don't see Liverpool doing it. But they need to put out a big performance, surely, after the week they've had. They need to show that they can go and win without Salah. Kara versus Salah, I'm just enjoying this last season. They used to troll us and now they're even worse. Nah, yeah, because it never got that bad for us. Like, Walker threw a little hissy fit and left, which I'm still mad about to this day. Right. But the hissy fit he threw was not as bad as what Salah's was. That was not. I'm still, we're a good few days, like, after that interview, and I'm still in absolute disbelief that he said all of those things. I'm in absolute disbelief that he said all of those things. And then Jamie Carragher, I think a lot of what Jamie Carragher said yesterday was correct. I think when you look at a lot of what Jamie Carragher said is correct. Maybe what he said about Chelsea and Egypt was a bit harsh. That probably was a bit harsh. But, like, it makes sense. If given the context of his argument, it makes sense. But it was probably wasn't, like, it didn't need to be said. Like, but it makes sense in the context of his argument. Showing that, like, Liverpool, Liverpool have a lot to owe him for their success in recent years under Klopp and under Slot. But it wasn't a one-man team like Salah makes it out to be. And, like, he doesn't have the God-given right to just be in the starting 11, like, every week. Like no player has the God-given right to be in the starting 11 every week. Unless you're Ibrahim Konate, because apparently he has the God-given right to be in the starting 11 every week. Which is interesting. Any predictions for how many errors leading to goal Ibrahim Konate is going to have this evening? I don't know why Slot's smiling. I've got Slot on my TV smiling right now, and I don't think he's got really too much to smile about. I'm not really too sure why he's smiling, If I was in Slot's position, I definitely would not be smiling. I'd be keeping my head down and trying to get results. But, he clearly thinks somewhat's funny. But, yeah, as I was saying, it's just like Salah, yeah, he doesn't have the God-given right to be in the starting 11. He does have to earn his place in the starting 11, right? And he can talk about how good he was last season, and that he was a top goal scorer last season and the best player last season. But that was last season. Is he the best player this season? No. Has he went missing at times when his teams needed him? Yes. Does he deserve to start those games on the bench? Yes. Again, the only thing I disagree on is the fact that Slot left him on the bench for the whole 90 minutes. And I said that in my video. that I released yesterday. That's the only thing I really disagree with, is the fact that he left him on the bench for the full 90 minutes. I think, other than that, Slot was right to bench him. Yes, should Slot also bench Konate for Joe Gomez? Yes, he should. And when benching Salah, should he bench him for Chiesa? Yes, he should. But with the Joe Gomez situation, the Joe Gomez-Konate situation, neither Van Dijk or Konate are playing well, in my opinion. But you can't drop either of them because they've only got one centre-back on the bench. Yeah, Salah should have been brought on the pitch against Leeds instead of Isak, 100%. Right, but at the same time, like, the Isak situation's just such a mess, because Ekitike should start over Isak every single day of the week, but you can't have somebody that costs you 130 million pounds on the bench. You simply cannot have that. That just can't be a thing that happens, right? So Isak has to start based on how much he costs the money alone, right? If they want to get return on investment. And then yes, Salah would 100% have had a bigger impact off the bench than Isak. But you can't keep Isak on the bench for 90 minutes because he's cost you 130 million pounds, right? And another point, which is very, very interesting, is, like Salah said, he was a top goal scorer in the league last season. And who was the second top goal scorer in the league last season? Alexander Isak. And neither of them are pulling their weight. To have the top goal scorer and the second top goal scorer in the whole Premier League last season in your team at once, and have them both underperforming in goals output, is crazy, and shows that as a manager you are clearly not getting the best out of your players, right? And I guess it does lead more credit into Mo's argument, in the sense of, the more and more this season goes on, the more and more it looks like Slot was carried by Salah last season, and that, like, Slot owes his job and his success to Mo Salah in some regard, given the most recent performances that he's putting out, right? But that does not mean that Mo Salah cannot be benched when he is not playing good, because that is absolutely ridiculous. I might change the colour of this light, 2 secs. I think that looks a tad bit better. Yeah, that looks a tad bit better. Yeah, I prefer that, actually. Yeah, and that's kind of my whole opinion on the situation. Like, I just think it's ridiculous. I think it is absolutely ridiculous. But you know, at the end of the day, they both have to leave the club now, because if the club sack Slot, but somehow are able to salvage the situation with Salah and keep Salah, it sets a dangerous precedent for players in the future. Because if Salah somehow miraculously gets away with everything that he has done and everything that he has said, then what message does that send to other players in the club? What message would that send to other players in the club? And again, like I said in my video, I will use the example of Erling Haaland at Manchester City. No matter how good Erling Haaland is, no matter how good Erling Haaland played in the treble winning season and how important he was to winning the treble and winning our first Champions League, right? If Erling Haaland came out and said what Mo Salah said after being benched by Pep Guardiola, after not being good enough, you would have to sell him. No matter how long, no matter the fact that he's on a 10-year contract and you're paying him this amount of money and he's this good of a player, actions like that speak like, actions like that, you have to be kicked out of the club for, because it's a dangerous precedent for other people in the club. Marmoush FC, what have you said to me, my boy? We got Exeter City in the FA Cup round 3. I once watched them play against Doncaster in St James's Park for fun. Have I ever been to Exeter Stadium? Because I've been to Exeter, but I can't remember if I've ever been to their stadium. I don't think so, actually. I don't think so. And again, obviously I haven't been to their stadium, so I haven't watched them play. But yeah, obviously Exeter in the third round. That's a very, 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 very good draw. And obviously that should be a game we should be advancing in. But the more important cup games, well, the two most important cup games we've got coming up are Real Madrid tomorrow, which unfortunately we will not have a watch along for because I am working until 8:30. So, it will almost be it'll be half time basically by the time I get home. So there's no point me streaming the second half, you know what I mean? But there should be a what's the word I'm looking for? A match reaction video after that game. I will make sure that I am on that. But obviously that one's important, and I think the Brentford quarterfinal in the League Cup is very important, and probably even more important, because I think it is important that some of the players in the Manchester City team, i.e. Nico Gonzalez, Omar Mamouche, Ryan Cherki, Ryan Aitnouri, Kusanov, and players like that, Tijani Reinders, and players like that get their first taste of success at Manchester City. Because again, it's an argument that I use a lot, and why I think that Arsenal won't win the league is because they don't have experience. None of those players know what it's like to win, and I feel like you have to start small, whether that is with a League Cup or the FA Cup, right? I feel like it's always best to try start small and build up that taste and that hunger for winning. Obviously there are teams like Liverpool under Klopp who won the Champions League, and that's how they got their taste for winning. 100%, you can win the big competitions first, but I just think it is very important when you've got a bunch of players that aren't used to winning that you go out and win these smaller competitions. I hope Atletico Madrid wins today. They are my second favourite team after City. I do like Atletico. I won't go as far as to say they're my second favourite team by any means, but they've always had likeable players. I've always wanted Antoine Griezmann to win La Liga, which it obviously doesn't look like it's ever going to happen to him. Happened for him, unfortunately, because I remember there was a period of time where he was like the third best player in the world behind Messi and Ronaldo. I honestly believe there was a period of time in 2015, 2016, 2017, where he was like a top 5 player in the world. Yeah, United aren't winning any silverware anytime soon. I mean, what? They've got no European football. They're out of the League Cup. And yeah, they're soon to be out of the FA Cup as well. And they're definitely not winning the Premier League, so looks like Amarin's going trophyless again. And, things are probably looking a bit dark for his job. Not as dark as as the man that's managing today, Arne Slot, but things are definitely looking dark for Amran's job because there's just a lack of consistency in their performances, and they lose a lot of games or drop points in a lot of games that they probably should be winning, if I'm being 100% honest. Remember, I am running a poll on the channel. Actually, can I run a poll in here? I can. Boom, running the poll in the chat there. Get your predictions in. And get your predictions in there for obviously today's game. Yeah, 100%. I don't see Liverpool scoring against Inter today, and if they do score, it will be because of an absolute moment of madness from Manuel Akanji. But yeah, no, Inter have this game in the bag 100%. You know, I mean, it's at home, obviously. They've been quite good in the Champions League over the last few years. Obviously, apart from the Champions League final last season where they got absolutely demolished, which was, I can imagine, quite embarrassing for them. Yeah, and I think Liverpool would actually have to pull off a bit of a miracle to get a result at the San Siro tonight. But you know, even if they lose, which I firmly believe Liverpool will lose, Slot will still be in a job because FSG seem to blindly back him, and like, I don't know, like it's just gonna lead them into dark territory, the club. If they keep sticking with this manager. I said that on what was it, on Saturday with my watch along on Saturday. You know, I said it in my video yesterday. If you haven't watched that already, make sure to watch that after the stream. You know, I said that he needs to go no matter what. He needs to go no matter what. But they're going to keep sticking with him, and he's not turning this around. He's not turning this around at all. He's clearly lost the dressing room. With everything that Salah said, he's lost the dressing room. Arian, again, my man, big you up for the super chat, my boy. Every single time, big you up for the super chat. But that's my question. Do we actually think Slot will get sacked this season? Because like, even though the results are getting worse and worse, it just seems like they're not going to get rid of him. And they're just going to back him. Like, despite the fact that it seems that the players have lost faith in him, it actually genuinely looks like they're just going to blindly back this guy until the end. Which is crazy, in my opinion. Absolutely crazy. Oh, I haven't shared this on TikTok. I should probably do that, actually. I should always do that. Oh my days. There we are. There we go. Seeing the reaction from Liverpool management, he isn't getting sacked anytime soon. Nah, it doesn't look like he's going to get sacked anytime soon, which is extremely, extremely worrying if I'm being If I'm being honest, like, I don't understand. Like, again, obviously we were in a very, very similar sort of run of form, and vein of form last season, right? But winning 4 Premier League titles in a row and winning 6 across 7 or 8 years, right, is very impressive, and affords you a lot more sort of credit in the bank than just winning 1 Premier League, right? And I don't think at any period of time last season I thought to myself, Pep has lost the dressing room. He may have lost certain individuals that weren't as bought into the idea anymore, i.e. Kyle Walker, who was sold immediately, basically, well, loaned out immediately and then sold. But I never thought Pep lost the dressing room. Whereas I think it is clear as day, right? It is clear as day that Mr. Arne Slot has lost the dressing room. Which is obviously not what you want to be seeing. Well, it is what I want to be seeing, but I can't imagine it's what many of you Liverpool fans out there would want to be seeing. Can I minimize this so it's just like... No. Okay, that's cool. Nah, Virgil van Dijk looks locked in, man. Is he actually going to do any defending today, though? Somewhere looks locked in. Acerbi looks locked in. DeMarco looks bold as hell. Akanji looks locked in. Mkhitaryan looks locked in. Thuram looks locked in. And Çalhanoğlu looks locked in as well. Big game this. Big European game this. Big European game. What channel is Chelsea on? Why is Chelsea just not on TV? Oh. It's not giving me the channel for Chelsea. That's interesting. Well, again, going through the lineups. Obviously, they got Sommer in goal. Bastoni. Oh, I can't even see what that says. Well, my chat's... I can't see the chat. 2 secs. The chat on my end is completely crashed. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad, you know. Tad bit tired. Have had a bit of a long day, but obviously the grind doesn't stop, man. The grind doesn't stop. So I'm here with a watch along to give my insight. I'm still worried about a good right back for us. Nunes has been mid so far. Without a right back, I don't think we can fix our defensive line. Yeah, we 100% need a right back. I'm hearing rumours that we're obviously going in for a big bid, like a 100 mil, anywhere between 65 million and 100 million bid for Tino Livramento, who I would have happily taken in the summer. But the only issue I have with Tino Livramento is, like, he has a bit of a patchy injury record. You know, he does miss a lot of games due to injury. So I don't know if I'm 100% sold on buying him and then having us, not see the best from him, if that makes sense. Well, not see that much of him due to him being injured, if that that makes sense. Yeah, Isak starting, along with Ekitike, Curtis Jones. Which apparently seems to be their front three, is what Sky Sports is telling me. But obviously I will check, I'll see in game how they line up. But it's telling me they're lining up in a 4-3-3 with Curtis Jones off the right. But that can't be true. Like, there's no way that one is there's no way that one's true. Oh, game started and I haven't even got my thing up. No. Bang. Yeah, there we go. My counter should be good now. Yeah, just about. It's like a second behind, but I can deal with that. Akanji on the ball now. He goes back to Sommer. Again, like I said, if Liverpool get a goal in this, it's coming from an Akanji mistake. And I know all the City boys in here know that pain far too well. But like, obviously, it would be very, very huge for Liverpool to win here, because if they lose, then that kind of just kind of shows Salah's point. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of proves his point. But we got Szoboszlai now charging down the right hand side for Liverpool. He gets closed down, but he cuts back to Joe Gomez, who goes aside to Gravenberch. He then goes wide to Robertson, who goes back inside to Jones, who is in the middle. So it looks like it's Szoboszlai. It looks like it's Szoboszlai off the right, Ekitike off the left. And then Jones in the middle with Gravenberch and McAllister, which does make a bit more sense. You got Joe Gomez. Inter are pressing well. Inter are pressing well. Obviously a very, very, very difficult team to break down. Robertson. Ekitike drops deep to get it. He skips round 2 challenges. Now it's inside to Gravenberch, who can move it forward. McAllister, neat little flick on to Ekitike, who's running into space and can run at Acerbi for the first time. But Barella gets back to support. And now it's Robertson. Back to Van Dijk and inside to Gravenberch. Konate. Curtis Jones. He plays one through to Isak, who is onside. Acerbi has played him onside, but it's a terrible cross, and the veteran defender can make up for his mistake and clear it. But Liverpool have it back. You know, that was poor defending there from Acerbi. If I'm being honest, playing Isak, like just playing a defensive line of his own there. We've got Van Dijk now. He goes inside to Jones. Yeah, it's 100% Szoboszlai off the right. Isak now. He plays it out wide to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez, it's the first time cross, but it's straight into the hands of Jan Sommer. There wasn't really anybody in the box for that. You know, like Ekitike was there, but he was nowhere near where that ball was aimed by Joseph Gomez. How much? What do you think the odds are on Joe Gomez to score? Like, if you were to put a bet on Joe Gomez to score Joe Gomez to score first. Can I see what the odds for that are like? I don't want to look at my phone for too long and end up missing something. Thuram. He goes inside to Barella. Where is it? Goal scorer. Score first. Where is it? Joe Gomez. Yeah, I'd get £191 if I slap Joe Gomez to score first on, which might have to be done actually. Just in the unlikely event that Joe Gomez scores first. You got DeMarco, Barella, Henrik Mkhitaryan. Liverpool have literally everybody behind the ball. Nah, he's definitely not going to score. Nah, he has to score at some point. I refuse to believe Joe Gomez will go his whole career without scoring a goal. He has to score at some point. Even if it's like a pity penalty, he has to score. Like, there's no way he does not score. Akanji now. He plays it into Thuram. Yeah, again, Liverpool just not pressing. Again, I said this on the weekend. Liverpool are allergic to pressing. They don't press the ball. It's just a slight jog, just a little light cardio session in this game. That's a beautiful touch by Barella. The ball, not so much, and it can be headed clear by Robertson. Inside to Gravenberch. And now Robertson again. Every other game still 0-0. Every other game is still 0-0. Jan Sommer on the ball now. What second demand? So my game is at 5:17. So yeah, my game's like a second behind. As in my clock counter at the top is a second behind. Martinez now. He skips round Gravenberch and then pings one out wide to Barella. Barella inside to Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Now Acerbi. Now Barella. He plays a beautifully disguised ball to Thuram, and then Thuram's skill pass isn't as great and is intercepted by Liverpool. Yeah, Prime's not good for the streaming, man. Anytime I watch on Prime and I actually watch on the website rather than the app, they absolutely shaft me with the what is it, the delay. But then again, this stream has a bit of delay on it as well. Zabistone plays a weak pass and a very misguided pass out to DeMarco, and it's going to go out for a Liverpool throw-in. Isak now running down the channel. He's brought down by Mkhitaryan, and that will be a free kick to Liverpool on the wide right hand side of the Inter box, and this should be taken by what's his name, Szoboszlai. Well, you'd think anyway. You'd hope it was taken by Szoboszlai if you're a Liverpool fan, and it will be taken by Dominic Szoboszlai, who's 100% been their best player this season, no doubts about it. Szoboszlai, there are men to aim for in this box, but again, Liverpool have not been great from set pieces, defending or attacking. Szoboszlai in. It's dealt with by Mkhitaryan. Now it's Gravenberch. Is that someone's boot on the middle of the pitch? No, it's not. I was wondering what that was. I still not really have much idea what it is. Alisson. Gravenberch. He goes wide to Konate. Who's going to make an error leading to goal first? Is it going to be Konate or is it going to be Konate or Akanji? Who's making the first error leading to goal? My money's on Konate, but you can never rule an Akanji error leading to goal out. Gravenberch now. Virgil van Dijk. He goes for the long ball out wide to Joe Gomez. He takes the touchdown and he's able to control it and then pass it back to Curtis Jones. Now it's Szoboszlai, does the 1-2 with Jones. Jones goes inside to McAllister, then plays it to Isak. Isak skips round Çalhanoğlu, goes back out wide to Gomez, but the cross is claimed by Jan Sommer. Tell you what, Joe Gomez is putting in a shift out on the right side right now. Akanji versus Spurs in 2024. Akanji versus Inter in the Champions League final is up there as well. We can never forget Akanji against Inter. Thuram with an absolute donkey touch, and Ekitike with a nice tidy bit of skill. Well, Madrid need to hurry up and stop playing shit, if I'm honest, because I've got money on them to win. So Simeone needs to fix it up. Barella now. Çalhanoğlu. Barella. Tries to spray one out wide to Di Marcos, but he's going to be dealt with by Joseph Gomez. Oh, looks like Çalhanoğlu's signaling to come off. He looks in some discomfort. I'm going to guess with his groin, potentially his hamstring. Again, yeah, you want to keep the game slow against Liverpool because, I mean, we saw against Leeds, they can hit you in transition very well. But, you know, you want to keep it slow against Liverpool, and you want them to, you want them to kind of make mistakes. And yeah, nah, DeMarco's hair is rough now. Is rough. I remember when I saw it in I remember when I saw it in the Champions League final actually, where he had the sort of like a mullet thing going on, but it was balding in the middle, and I was like, nah, he needs to wrap that up. And luckily he's gotten rid of it. He's gotten rid of it now. But yeah, that is Çalhanoğlu's evening over within just 10 minutes, and he's replaced by Zielinski. Serbi. Now Manuel Akanji. Oh, it's cooked. It is. His hairline's cooked. He's now rolling around on the floor after coming together with Joe Gomez. Actually, is he even fully bald, or is he like? Is he still got like the hair on the side? Oh, nah, he needs to give that up. Nah, he needs to give the hair on the sides up. Because you can tell he's still trying to grow that. Nah, he needs to give that up. Like, what's going on there, man? PSV have scored. Fuck's sake. That doesn't need to happen. That's not what I need. Why have PSV scored? That's not what I need. Now we've got Robertson on the floor. And that is a yellow card, I'm guessing, for Lautaro Martinez. What's even happened here? That's a lovely little flick that's by Thuram, what took Van Dijk and Gravenberch out of the game. And yeah, Martinez has lost his mind. Yeah, centre forward does not need to be doing that. He's lost his marbles. Yeah, he's got the hair of like my 50-year-old chemistry teacher. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's rough. We might need to let him know about that. Nah, yeah, Martinez has lost his mind. Why has he done that? But I don't want to. I don't want to shit talk. I don't want to shit talk DeMarco's hair too much, because, you know, I could lose all of this within a minute, and I don't want to do that, you know. Yeah, what's he doing? He's actually lost his marbles. Why would you do that? Like, what benefit does he get out of going in for that challenge? There's no benefits to him doing that. Like, I think wearing the captain's armband might have went to his head just a little bit when he's throwing in challenges like that, because yeah, he's lost it. He's completely lost his mind. So we've got Van Dijk to take the free kick now. We're about 15 minutes into this game, and it is still Inter 0, Liverpool 0. Oh yeah, that, like, if his studs were up, he's sent off for that, and it would have been absolutely ridiculous. Have we got Isak playing off the right? Oh man, Slot might have lost his mind, because Isak just keeps finding himself running down the channels on the right. Like, oh man. Honestly, it could have been a red from zero ball contact. That's forcing dangerous play. Yeah, I mean, it's just needless as well. It's just needless as well, and I think that is definitely another thing you do have to take into account. Like, I actually think that should be part of the refereeing criteria. Like, the actual, like, needlessness of the foul should be taken into, like, criteria of like, when dishing out a yellow or a red card. Kanji with a throw-in, intercepted by Gravenberch, and now it's Isak. He takes a rough touch into Mkhitaryan, and Mkhitaryan goes back to Bastone. And now it's DeMarco. Martinez to chase the... Oof. Konate saved himself there. Because as he's turned to, like, take the ball away from Martinez, he's almost just turned like a truck into Thuram. I remember for one of my school football games, we had a referee that was like newly qualified, and he just didn't know what he was doing at all. He didn't know what like one of my friends handballed it in the box, like in our box, and the penalty wasn't given, and I passed it back to our keeper and he picked it up, and they didn't give an indirect. So, and when I say like school football, I mean we were like 14, 15, so we're like reasonable enough age to like understand the actual like fundamentals of football. I say that there were people on that team that still to this day do not understand the fundamentals of football. Got Konate now, switching out to Curtis Jones. He takes a touch around Barella. Now, yeah, that happened. All of that happened. I remember and the keeper on our team punched a ball into our net from a corner. He came out for the corner to punch it, and he just ended up punching it into his net. Jones. He plays a pass into Isak. Isak, nice turn. Dealt with by Bastone. Now it's Jones. Beautiful touch by Jones. Another one, he's going to hit that. And that's a good save by Sommer. And Henrique does well enough to get there just about before Ekitike to take him wide. Because Ekitike does have the ball now. He goes back to Robertson. Now it's Van Dijk. That was some beautiful, beautiful football from Jones, though. I'll give him that. Ekitike cuts inside. Inside to Gravenberch. He's going to look up and shoot, and it's palmed away again by Jan Sommer. Martinez brings it down. Now it's Thuram. He takes a bit of a hospital touch and passes it straight into Gravenberch. And now it's Jones. Jones turns Martinez. He's got Ekitike in front of him. He goes to Ekitike. Ekitike goes to cross it to Isak backstick, and he does indeed misplace the cross. Did some regional games back in October, and I had to yellow the coach for yelling because one of the other team's players was offside when they conceded, but they didn't interfere at all. So I used to play football like a year ago. I haven't played football in about like a year or a half. And I was obviously watching my team play because I wasn't in the match day squad. And one of the coaches of the opposition team got sent off within the first 10 minutes because he was just shouting at the ref. And that kind of just set the tone of the game after that. Tell you what, Liverpool are not playing half bad. They're definitely playing a lot better than they played against Leeds. Jones, and I think Jones has been their best player so far. Robertson. But I think the issue is I don't think Thuram and Martinez just sit too deep. So when Inter actually win the ball, they've got no one to play. They've got no one to play the ball to. Ekitike just about brings it down, but it's knocked out by a Serbi for a corner. Yeah, Jones absolutely skims Mkhitaryan with that little flip flap there. Then Ekitike into Gravenberch, and this is a good save by Sommer. So Bosley on the corner for Liverpool there. So Bosley whips it in. And it's knocked out by Barella for another corner. One match I did, there was an injury, and as I stopped play and went to the the player's coach ran to me, a curtain-ass man, and I'm only 16, and shoved me like 5 feet back and almost knocked me over. I was too shocked or nervous to give him a red, but I should have. There was this clip I saw on Twitter, and it was in the Welsh sort of Sunday League, where there's one of the coaches on the sideline, obviously where he's meant to be, and he just walks up to the player on the other team, that's the linesman, who looks like he only looks about 16, and just punches him straight in the face, just out of nowhere. And I think it's the craziest video I've ever seen. So Bosley again with a corner, dealt with at the front post by Mkhitaryan, but forced to Gravenberch on the edge of the box. Now it's Curtis Jones. Robertson, yeah, he's absolutely shanked that cross. He was showing me how the other team's player was. That's outrageous. You've got to give it to some football coaches absolutely just the head loss they endure during a game is unreal. Barella now. Still yet to see any sort of clear-cut chances for Inter. Nah, yeah, 100%. I'll try find the video. What I'll do is I'll try find the video, and then at halftime I'll pull it up. I need to try find this now. I found it. I found it. I have found it. I have indeed found the clip. So make sure you stick with me until halftime, because I will pull the clip up for you to see at halftime. 100 getting that, that's not bad. Nah, huge props for that. Huge props for that. I don't have the patience to be a referee. I was going to do football coaching, but I don't think I've got the patience for football coaching either. Like, I'm very much a perfectionist. And it really does frustrate me when things don't go my way. Martinez now. He plays it inside to DeMarco. DeMarco shoots, and it's wide. That's offside anyway. Well, we've actually got a break in play. What I might do is get Twitter up, and I'll get the video ready. You, because this video is actually insane. It's still possibly the craziest thing I've ever seen. Oh, Twitter is on light mode on my computer, whereas on my laptop it's in dark. But yeah, that's fine. All right, so I've got that one ready. Robertson, Serbi's absolutely shanked that, and he's given Isak the possibility to get in there. McAllister does well, but is defended. Jones again takes a really nice touch. Really good sided, is fun, keeps you healthy-ish, and you get paid. Yeah, nah, you know, I say quite a few. I know a few people that ref. And yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where, you know, I can understand why people do it, and I can see the appeal, but I just know that I wouldn't be very good at it. I'd be the exact. I know for a fact I'd be the exact type of referee that I hate, which is I'd be very, very card happy. Which obviously is never good. For Rex, last London League games, I was getting around $80 per day for tournaments. I was getting that's not bad. That's decent. That is decent. That's a brilliant turn from Gravenberch as well. He goes inside to McAllister. Yeah, Liverpool looks so much better in this game. So Bosley, like, Inter have not had a sniff whatsoever. Kanate, Gravenberch. Let me check the scores around the grounds, man. What have we got? Frankfurt are 1-0 up as well. Now, why is every team that I need to win losing, man? Marseille drawing as well. This is dark for me. This bet's not looking good. This bet's not looking good. It is not looking good. Van Dijk. He goes to Jones. Oh, my chair's creaking again. Konate. That is a woeful pass, and it's intercepted by Akanji. Barella now. Got Thuram ahead of him. Konate should deal with that. Does deal with that. I want to work my way up and hopefully have an opportunity to do with MLS or USL one day. It's hard, but it's a dream. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, like, you know, that's a difficult dream. If I could speak, that's a difficult dream to achieve. But like, it's definitely possible if you put your mind to it and you work hard. One more, Martinez, bang, Thuram, what are you thinking, bro? Why is he not just hit that? What is he thinking? No, I'm in disbelief at what Thuram's just done there in the box. DeMarco, cross comes in, dealt with by Robertson. Akanji, yeah, Akanji's lost his mind. But only being a FIFA ref for 8 months and I've done 104. Yeah, again, that's not bad at all. And yeah, you know, you've got the dream to work for the ref for the MLS, which obviously that's a big thing. That's gonna be something that's difficult to achieve. But like, you know, as long as you put your mind to it and you don't get overly obsessed on that dream, and it's a healthy dream and it's a healthy goal to work towards, you can definitely do it. Like, you know, like me personally, I'd love to work for Sky. It's like Sky Sports or like TNT Sports or something like that. But yeah, no, Thuram's lost his mind. I don't understand why he tried to pass that back to Martinez. All he had to do was hit that at the goal. He's lost it, man. Completely lost his marbles. Got McAllister on the ball. Gravenberch. Jones, who I think's been the best player on the pitch so far, which I never thought I'd say about Curtis Jones of all people. Jones again, Robertson. Van Dijk. He goes inside to Gravenberch. Jones. Robertson. Liverpool again just sort of trying to take the sting out of the game a little bit and just pull Milan out of position. Bro, I couldn't even tell you if Inter were trying to attack Liverpool's net or defend it. Yeah, I know. Like, I think that is probably the first time I've seen Milan get into Liverpool's box. Ekitike picks up the ball inside here. Acerbi's trying to claim he's offside, but Ekitike's still going. The flag stayed down. Ekitike shoots at the goal and it is saved by Sommer. And it will be a corner, it looks like. Also, since when was Isak a right wing, or am I high and not seeing that right? No, Isak is spending most of his time on the left or the right wing, and whereas Ekitike is taking up most of the central position so far. But that was brilliant work there by Ekitike to win that corner. Great feet, and it's a good save by Sommer to stop the ball getting into the middle. Yeah, DeMarco needs to let those sides go, man. Serbi's now feeling his hamstring. Things could be getting from bad to worse for Milan now, but they still have this corner to deal with. Chelsea are 1-0 up. João Pedro. So that's one of the teams I need to win that are winning so far. Yeah, DeMarco's hairline is so cooked. We're not revealing my hairline though. Actually, I say we're not revealing my hairline. If you go far back in my videos, you'll see me with the DeMarco trim going on. And that wasn't good. I'm so thankful to have my long hair back. So thankful. Yeah, it looks like Serbia's going to have to come off. So that's another substitution that Inter are being forced into making. So yeah, Serbi comes off a Bishek, who's absolutely massive. He's actually just such a man mountain. My hair is like fluffy, curly and wavy, make it basically impossible to jab a hairstyle that looks good. Nah, that was me for the longest time. That was me for the longest time. When I was like a kid, right, I used to always want to have straight hair. But now I've just gotten it to a point where if I have it like this, it's just calm. It's just calm, you know, there's nothing too outlandish. I just got to stay on top of the beard and make myself not look homeless. So Bosley finally takes the corner. Goes back, stick to Ekitike. Konate! 1-0. Ibrahima Konate, of all people, has just opened the scoring. Imagine if that was Joe Gomez, I would have actually killed you for telling me not to put that bet on. But Ibrahima Konate, of all people, has opened the scoring. Mo Salah, take notes, my boy. Mo Salah, take notes. Yeah, and he's definitely onside. Liverpool are 1-0 up at the San Siro. Ekitike heads it on, and then Konate just throws himself at the ball. So we haven't got a Konate error leading to goal. We've got Konate scoring a goal. Yeah, long day for Salah. They are going to a VAR check. I don't see a possible reason as to how this gets disallowed. But you never ever know nowadays. You never know. But as it stands, Liverpool 1-0 up at the San Siro through Ibrahima Konate. Nah, that's crazy. That's how you silence your critics, Mo Salah. That is how you silence your critics. Yeah, it's going to VAR, but I don't know what they're checking. I'm not really too sure what they're checking here. Slot looks as baffled as I am. So we see that again. Ekitike gets up along with Van Dijk. And then Konate just throws himself at the ball. But they're saying it. Barella's saying it's hit someone's hand. But I don't see that hit anyone's arm. Contrary to popular belief, I think VAR is a good thing. Only if it doesn't take 5 fucking minutes. Well, do you know what this is going to take? This is going to take 5 minutes, I can tell. But I didn't see that hit off anybody's arm. But obviously there's like... Alright, let's see it from this angle. Now again, I'm still not seeing that hit off anybody's arm. Whose arm is that hit off? Am I blind? Am I gonna 1 minute, 2 seconds? Let me inspect this properly, right? Let's properly inspect this right now. Right, let's have a little look. Let's have a closer look. They're not even showing me it, so I've got the glasses out for nothing. No, they're still not showing me it. They're still not showing me it. Now this is the perfect time for the shit guy finally scores meme. Bro, show me a clear angle where that hits off Van Dijk's arm, please. So the referee is now going to the monitor. It's taken his time for him to go to the monitor, but he is going to the monitor. But I just want to see what's actually happened. They've shown me nothing of substance. Okay, his arm is stretched out, but does that touch his arm? I don't know why he's jumped with his arm out like that as well. That's an awful angle. I can't even see. I can just see Bastone's head. Nah. Look, there's someone's like arm in the way of the camera. What am I looking at? Nah. Don't even make me mad. What is this angle I'm looking at? No, that doesn't hit Van Dijk's arm. Or does that hit? Or does that hit Ekitike's arm? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Does it potentially hit Ekitike's arm? I don't know. I haven't seen any concrete evidence to say that's hit Konate's arm. What are these camera angles they've just shown? VAR says handball. So it will, the goal will be chalked off eventually. And that is no goal. So Ibrahima Konate is not open to scoring. There is still time for Joe Gomez to open the scoring here. There is still time. We don't need the glasses anymore. Tell you what, I did not see any. I did not see any clear evidence that hit anybody's arm. I did not see any clear evidence that hit anybody's arm. If I'm being 100% honest. No clear evidence. Inter, that should be a wake-up call to Inter, though. Huge wake-up call. Kanji now. Bishek, who's just absolutely surged forward, and no Liverpool player wants to close him down. He's now Ronaldo chopped inside and shot, and it's hit off Van Dijk and will be a corner. You can't be allowing a centre-back to move like that in your midfield. I don't even see any clear evidence because those... No, that second camera angle they showed from up in the stands is potentially the worst VAR camera angle I've ever seen. Like halfway through the camera, you could just see something covering the camera like that. And I'm like, what am I looking at? But we've got an Inter corner now, so it might be time for Akanji to now get the ball in the back of the net. Nah, it's great dribbling, but a centre-back should not be moving like that on the edge of your box. Unfortunately, that's just not something that you can allow to happen, if I'm being totally honest. Barella to take the corner. Got plenty of people to aim at in this box. And the only person he picks out is Alexander Isak. Cross comes in from Mkhitaryan, dealt with by Van Dijk. Now it's DeMarco. Foul's been given. Yeah. No, wait, no, DeMarco's not fully bowled, actually. Nah, I'm seeing... He's still got something here. Yeah, he's lost it. Not even just his hair, he's lost his mind. And yeah, that would be a yellow card for Ekitike. For the foul on Thuram. Yeah, that's a clear foul. He's just completely missed the ball and just kicked up through his shin. Shin, heel even, not his shin. So it'll be a free kick to Inter. Atletico have equalised through Julian. Spurs scored. Need Barca to score now. Need Barca to get 2 goals. Free kick for DeMarco. Or is it going to be Barella? It is Barella. And it is just wide from Barella. Would have been goal of the week. Nah, it wouldn't have been goal of the week because I know Shirky's got something cooking in his locker for tomorrow. Shirky's going to show Real Madrid levels tomorrow, I'm telling you. That's a terrible ball out from the back from Liverpool. Bastone. And now it's Akanji. Again, Liverpool don't know how... They're allergic to pressing. Who would have ever thought that Liverpool would not press the ball? Bastone, Akanji. Akanji as your middle centre-back is actually hella dark. Barella. Bastoni. Yeah, Kuznetsov has to start. There's no way he starts Nunez. There's no way Pep starts Nunez. No way. Good touch by Mkhitaryan. Now what to Henrique. He launches one forward to Martinez, who brings it down and then sets Barella away. He's got DeMarco running through the middle. But he then decides to switch it to Thuram. But it's dealt with by Gravenberch and headed back to Alisson, who keeps it in play? Or is that a corner? No, it looks like Alisson kept that one in play. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Oh, no, it will be a corner. No, it will be a corner. Oh, yeah, that went so far off the pitch. So, another corner to Inter. DeMarco to take it. He crosses one in. Punched away by Alisson. And then cleared by Curtis Jones. Only as far as Barella though. Inter is still alive here. Mkhitaryan. Nice DeMarco. He hits a first time cross. Martinez brings it down. He then sets up Zielinski, which... less said about that Zielinski shot, the better, I think. The less said about that, the better. Very close to hitting McAllister's hand there, but it was in a natural position, so it would have been given as a penalty nonetheless. Van Dijk to take the goal kick for Liverpool. McAllister. Lautaro Martinez has just lunged in for another suicide challenge again. This guy's lost his marbles. Jan Sommer. Henrique. Back to Barella. Now Sommer. Goes out wide to Bastoni. 2 minutes of normal time left in the first half, but there will definitely be a huge chunk added on. Yeah, we need to see that. We need to see Kuznetsov put Vinny in his place 100%. That's what we need. There's nothing I need more than that. I need Kuznetsov back in the start 11. Brilliantly disguised pass by Barella into DeMarco there. Bastoni crosses it. And it hits off McAllister, and that'll be another Inter corner. Barella this time to take it. Got DeMarco, Zielinski and Mkhitaryan on the edge of the box. He goes short to DeMarco, who then drops it back to... That's a terrible cross from Barella. And now Liverpool can come forward with Isak. Takes a one touch inside DeMarco. And then is brought down by Barella, but it's given us no foul. And Zielinski plays on. It's Bastoni. Now DeMarco again. Now Bastoni. Barella. Nah, there's no way. He can't play Nunez over Kuznetsov. Good claim there from Alisson. Yeah, he can't. I don't see any logical way that makes any sense. I honestly don't see it, personally. But knowing Pep, he'll probably do that. Yeah, that was probably a foul there from Barella and Isak. I'm not too sure why that wasn't given. Marseille are now winning though. Big up Marseille. Oh wait, not big up Marseille. I've just seen who scored. No, not big up Marseille. El Marseille. Still 1-1 in my books. Martinez now. It's got DeMarco on the overlap. DeMarco takes a touch. He tries to draw one low to Thuram, but it's dealt with by Gravenberch. then comes back to Gravenberch. Hits it to Ekitike. Ekitike can drive forward at Akanji. It's quickly closed down by Mkhitaryan, but he skips away from him and Zielinski. Now he has time to just slow it down. Again, it goes around Mkhitaryan and DeMarco, but it's finally dealt with by Bastone. Seven minutes added on of this first half. 7 minutes for either Inter or Liverpool to find a goal here. Because Liverpool did think they took the lead, but their goal was rolled out due to a handball from Van Dijk or Ekitike, one of the two. I'm still not even too sure if it was handball. Gravenberch. Jones. Van Dijk. Robertson. Alisson. Van Dijk. Van Dijk goes long to Gomez. Gomez knocks it inside and then brings down Mkhitaryan, and that'll be a free kick to Inter. Kanji on the ball now. He plays it forward to Enrique, but he's wrestled off the ball by Robertson, and now it's Gravenberch, who's then wrestled off the ball by Thuram and wins the free kick. Robertson now. Back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk into Jones. Now it's Gravenberch. Now to McAllister, who goes to play through Isak, but, you know, Bisech had a few yards on him and the pass was a bit overhit. So it saw its way through to Sommer. 2.5 minutes of the 7 added on played already, and you've got Bastone driving forward into the Liverpool half. He still keeps going, Bastone, but his pass inside is intercepted by Konate. It will be a throw in now. And that is again taken by Bastone, and that's inside to Mkhitaryan. Bastone again. He plays it in the channel to Martinez, who tries to skip round Konate. He couldn't, but he whips a cross in. Goes all the way across to the other side. Now it's DeMarco in the box. He crosses it, dealt with by Van Dijk. But again, it'll be Inter first to the ball with Bisech. Now it's Henrique. If Liverpool win today, they'll become the second team in history to beat Inter 3 times at the San Siro. That is a crazy statistic. That's a crazy stat. Akanji. Barella. Now Bastone. Barella drives into space, makes his way into the box, shoots, but straight at Alisson, and Alisson's able to hold on to it. That wasn't even Barella, my bad, that was Zielinski. My apologies. I was mid-yawn, so I didn't actually see who picked up the ball, but that was Zielinski instead. Again, decent shot, but, you know, it's comfortable save for Alisson. That's Van Dijk. He goes to Jones, then to Gravenberch, back to Alisson. Alisson was under pressure, and then his pass puts Van Dijk under pressure. Van Dijk goes long. Aerial battles won by Akanji, but McAllister was able to wrestle it off Barella, and that's a Liverpool throw-in. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes even of the 7 left to play. Still 0-0 at the San Siro. Robertson. Van Dijk. Jones. He lofts one over the top to Robertson, and then Robertson takes a hefty touch, and it'll go out for a goal kick to Inter Milan. Sommer to obviously take the goal kick. Akanji. They have a 100% win rate at the San Siro, like across both teams, or just Inter. I'm going to guess you mean against both teams, but I'm just going to quickly clarify that. Mkhitaryan. He makes a brilliant run into the Liverpool box, but it's finally dealt with by McAllister. Now it's Barella. DiMarco. Thuram. DiMarco again. Bastone. He whips across in. Martinez gets there first, and that's an excellent, excellent save by Alisson to get down to deny that headed chance by Martinez. Akanji. Zielinski. Henrique. Now Barella. 1 minute of additional time still left to play at the San Siro. Still 0-0. Inter did just come close to taking the lead though. Bastone. Akanji. Bisec. Henrique. Barella. One touch inside. Back out to Akanji. Bastone. Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan with a low cross into Thuram, but Van Dijk takes him off balance. McAllister's brought down on the edge of the Liverpool box to relieve some pressure with just 30 seconds of the 7 minutes added on left to play. That was a that was a good move from Milan there. Obviously very, very unlucky for Martinez that his header was saved by Alisson. Yeah, I did think it was both Inter and AC. Alisson now, which should be the last kick of the first half here from this goal kick. Yep, and that is half-time. 0-0 at half-time, even though Liverpool did think they took the lead through Konate, but it was later ruled out for handball. So, now I can get that thing up. Where is it? Let's keep that on in the background. Right, let's get this video up. It's like a 40-second video, so what I'm actually gonna have to do is where's the one I'm looking for? Let's just turn that one off for now, and I will. Yeah, where's that? Oh, I can't find my. Nah, I have it on here 100%. Where is it? Oh, I gotta go on here. Display capture. There we go. There. Right, here we go. Here we go. Here you are. This is the video in question. This is a nuts video. Well, let me actually. What I'm gonna do is, where's my webcam? Let's just move my camera a little bit, just so I'm up in the corner. Boom. Here we are. So here you go. Obviously, he's just doing his job, you know, walking up and down the touchline as you do as a liner. See, look, he just like. Nah, one more. Let's just get a quick replay on that. Just a quick replay because I missed that because I was looking at chat. Like what? Like what is it? What's he doing? What's the need for that? I remember what the first time I saw this video, I was in absolute disbelief that he just did that. Like, how do you lose your head that badly? That's what you resort to. Can't remember what the. So yeah, that happened, which was kind of nuts. Told you it's mad. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know it's nuts, isn't it? That is actually assault. Like that's full on assault. That's grade A assault. I'll try to figure out. I'll see if I can find out what happened to him. If I can. If I just type in the two teams' names. Oh, here it is. Found it. Found it. 2 seconds. Let me get the camera again. There we are. Yeah, cool. So, the football coach, who was 43, who punched a teenage lineman to the floor mid-game as his team lost 8-0, avoids prison. He avoided prison time. A former football manager who punched a young linesman during a match has been spared jail. Robert Williams Jones was the manager of, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, when he punched a teenager in a game where his team eventually lost 8-0 in North Wales. The linesman, who was a member of the visiting team, was sent to the floor following a blow to the chin just 15 minutes in. 15! He lost his head 15 minutes in. The 43-year-old was sentenced to 24 weeks in prison, suspended from 12 months. Footage of the punch near the dugouts was shared widely online while police launched an investigation. He pled guilty to assault on occasion of actual body harm and has been charged over the incident. He's also ordered to carry out 150 hours of unpaid work and paid £1,000 in compensation. So yeah, there you are. There you are. He didn't go to jail. He did not find himself in jail. So that's my interesting story for you today. I remember when that happened, man, and I saw it on Twitter, and I was just like, nah, he's lost his absolute marbles. Why is the flipping clock not stopped on 45 like it was meant to be? I've only just noticed that. So yeah, there you are. There you are, man. You could. Turns out in the North Welsh Sunday League division, you can just absolutely. Nah, I don't think they were 8-0 down in 15 minutes. I think they lost the game 8-0, but he punched the kid just 15 minutes into the match. So, like, I'm going to see if it says on here what the score was at the time. It doesn't tell me what the score was, but they would, I'm guessing, well, they're 15 minutes in, so they were probably losing, like, 1-0, maybe 2-0, and he absolutely lost his mind and just chinned some teenager. That's actually, like, the more and more I think about it, it's actually crazy. And anytime I have a conversation about, like, Sunday League refereeing, I bring up this story because I just think it's absolutely wild. I think it's one of the most outrageous things I've ever seen. What is Twitter telling me, though, in response to this game? What opinions have we got on Twitter here, especially to the goal? So let's just type in Kanate and see what we've got coming up for that goal. Nah, again, I'm still not really, like, I'm still just not really seeing it, if I'm honest. I still don't really see I'm still not really seeing the handball when I look at that. If I'm being 100% honest, like, I don't, like, I'm gonna guess. Wait, one moment, did I see it there? I don't know. I'm still not getting good enough angles of this, man. They're still not really giving me good enough angles to work with in response to this red card. Not good enough angles at all for me to work with there, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, I think Jones has probably been the best player on the pitch for Liverpool, and probably the best player on the pitch as a whole. I don't think there's been many Inter players that have really impressed me when it comes to this game, but you know, I'm open to anybody else's opinions. I think Jones has probably been the best player on the pitch. I think Joe Gomez has been pretty decent as well. I think Joe Gomez and Curtis Jones and possibly Gravenberch as well will make it the most things happen for Liverpool here. And then from like an Inter point of view, I mean Barrella's been at the heart of everything when they've come forward. I think DeMarco's probably picking up some good positions. I think Martinez is an idiot because he obviously got himself booked. And then went in for a very similar tackle on McAllister again, and could have easily seen himself get sent off. I think Thuram's been relatively ineffective up top for Inter as well, and they've been a bit shaky at the back. I think Bastoni's actually been decent going forward as well. But again, I think obviously the better players on this pitch have been Gravenberch, Jones, and probably Joe Gomez as well. I mean, Ekitike is making some good runs. You know, I'd probably want to see a bit more from Isak in the box, and let Ekitike do all the wide work and running into the channels, and Isak just camp the box. Really, I think is what Liverpool need here. Obviously, I'd say they're unlucky to be drawing coming into half time. I definitely do think that goal probably should have been given, in my opinion, if I'm being 100% honest. But you know, I'm not a referee, and I'm definitely not a UEFA referee. Not like that I'd want to be a UEFA referee anyway. Were all the other games still at the same scores? Yep, Marseille 2-1, Spurs 1-0, Atletico 1-1 with PSV, Barcelona 1-0 down, Monaco Galatasaray 0-0, and Chelsea 1-0 up to Atalanta. What have we got going on here? So yeah, got the payout for that one. Right, I'm currently 6p up on my bet. I seriously don't get why parents and coaches are like that. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It is kind of nuts, but you know, some people just live boring lives though, don't they? And they need excitement in their life one way or another, and that's kind of how they get their kicks, is by doing stuff like that. It is probably the best way to sort of kind of explain it and look at it. Yeah, I think Martinez, you know, I think that's a good header from Martinez, and that's also a very, very good save. Good cross from Barella as well. The movement across Van Dijk from Martinez is excellent. And yeah, it's a good save by Alisson as well. Always got to keep yourself hydrated, man. Always got to keep yourself hydrated. In a U14's regional final I refed in, we did a throw retake since it never entered the pitch, which was the tournament rules. I'm trying to think what the craziest things happened to me in a football game was. I remember I got booked within 5 minutes of stepping on the pitch. A parent got mad at me. Got mad, and my centre yelled at him, and that in the rules, and the parents had the, oh no, it's not, oh well, is it one of those parents that had the, well, like this, they had the rule book on just at hand. I don't even have a book near me actually that I can use as an example. Alright, that failed, so I don't even have a book on me. But yeah, no, there are always those parents that think they know the rules of the either the sport or the tournament better than the officials. That being said, I probably know the rules of the game better than any PGMOL official. But you know, the less about that, the less said about PGMOL, the better. Oh, you think you're bad for not being able to type? If you ever go on my Twitter and look through anything that I tweet, I've probably got at least 3 typos in there, because I never ever. I'm really bad for not proofreading what I type as well. I'm bad for that as well. So yeah, there's a lot of excuse me. There's a lot of times where I'll make typos and silly mistakes like that in my tweets, and I won't even notice, and then it'll be too late because I don't have Twitter Premium, so I can't edit my tweets. I've just seen that Bernardo Silva said we draw against them, meaning Real Madrid, every season. It's like a league game now. And I couldn't agree with that anymore, Bernardo. I don't usually agree with you, Bernardo, but this time I'm there. This time I'm there to agree with you, Bernie, man. Oh, my chat's bugged out. Nah, there we go, it's back. There's a new Avatar film coming out. I still haven't watched the second one. I watched the first one when it came out. I watched it in cinemas. I don't even really remember what happened. Like, I don't really remember too much of what happened in Avatar, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, anyone want to give me like a quick synopsis of what happens in Avatar? In the chat, please, because I don't really remember, and I don't know if I could sit there and watch it again, because I don't remember it being that interesting. But then again, I was like 10 when I watched it, so I might find it a bit more interesting now. Who knows? Nah, the San Siro is actually beautiful, man. It's such a nice looking ground. It's such a shame that they're going to get rid of it. We've got the players coming out for the second half now. Hopefully we can see a goal that doesn't get ruled out in this second half. Get ready with all my my scoreboard controls. How do I do that? What does that do? Ooh, I didn't know I could do that. Nah, that's revolutionary. The more you know, man, the more you know. Boom, and then Inter Havertz underway for the second half at the San Siro, with the score still being Inter 0, Liverpool 0, despite Konate's goal that was ruled out due to handball. You got Bastoni now launching a long ball forward, but it's easily claimed by Alisson, and he rolls it out to Jones. Now it's Robertson. His long ball is intercepted by Bisech. And now it's Sommer. His pass is a little short to Bastoni, and Bastoni's is very short to DeMarco, but he just about fends off Joe Gomez. And then he plays it down the line to Martinez, who's shrugged off the ball by Konate, and it will be given as a foul. Yeah, that's definitely a foul, I think. So you've got Bastoni on the free kick now. Inter obviously still have three subs left after having to make 2 subs due to injuries in the first half, and Liverpool have yet to make a sub and still have all 5 at their disposal. Bastoni now on the free kick. He goes back to Zielinski, who passes it across his goal to Sommer, who pokes the ball out to Akanji, who has the ball taken off of his toes by Isak. Isak shoots, but his shot is wide. That's Akanji for you. I mean, it was a poor pass by Sommer, who was originally under pressure from Isak, so he just jabs the ball out to Akanji, and Akanji's just too slow to react to the ball coming to him. Isak pounces onto it, he then turns and shoots, and luckily for Inter, his shot is just wide. But Akanji just reminded me of what he's capable of at the back. Inter have put themselves under pressure twice now in this second half, and we're only 2 minutes in, so they just need to calm it down a little bit. That goal kick is already won by Van Dijk, and now it's Szoboszlai who tries to flick it through to Akanji, but again it's overhit, and it's Sommer that sees that, and then he throws it into the middle to Mkhitaryan, who brings it down holds off McAllister, then passes it forward to Barella, who then goes out wide to Martinez. Martinez doubled up on by Gravenberch and Joe Gomez. He's able to find a pass to Barella, who then looks for the cross to Henrique, and he heads the ball out of play for a goal kick to Inter Milan. Goal kick to Liverpool even, my bad. Alisson now. He goes long. Finds Ekitike, who knocks it down to Robertson, who then flicks it over the top for Isak. It's dealt with by Henrique. His pass is to Barella is intercepted by Gravenberch, who then goes forward to Isak. But his pass is intercepted as well. Now it's Barella. Thuram has the ball taken off him by Jones. McAllister. Robertson. McAllister again. Gravenberch. Jones. Spurs have just made it 2-0. Kuda scores the penalty. Gravenberch. McAllister. Now Van Dijk. He hits it wide for Gomez. Gomez brings it down. Taps it backwards to Szoboszlai, then hits a 1-2. But Stone is able to intercept his pass, and now it's Martinez. Martinez hits it long, beautifully to Mkhitaryan, who's got green grass to run into. He then hits his cross early and does not find Van Dijk, nor does he find Thuram, and it doesn't go out of play actually. Robertson keeps it in, but now it was a poor cross. He had DeMarco on the inside of him as well to pass to. Very, very poor cross. Now it's Szoboszlai. Beautiful pass from Gravenberch. Now out to Isak. Isak cuts in, looks to shoot, lays it off to Jones. Jones then goes out wide to Gomez. Gomez crosses, and that cross goes out of play for a goal kick. Again, Liverpool still looking the more lively team. Inter just cannot really get going forward. Again, a good pass from Martinez to set Mkhitaryan through, but Mkhitaryan just completely rushed his cross, and yeah. DeMarco. Now Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan's brought down by Gravenberch. Koundé scored. Nah, I need that. I need that. Oh, Scamacca scored for Atlanta. I don't need that. I do not need that. I literally now need... So I need Barca to score again, I need Chelsea to score again, and I need Inter to score, because AC Milan have taken the lead. They're 3-1 up now. Oh man, Chelsea and Barca and Inter, just do something for me, please. Please do something for me. I've got the early payout for Spurs. I should get the early payout for Milan in a second, and Marseille. So I literally just need Chelsea to fix up, Milan to fix up, and Barca to fix up. Akanji. Now it's Barella. Not even Barella, that's Zielinski. How many times am I going to do that today, man? DeMarco. Lautaro Martinez. Now Bastone. Barella. And this time actually is Barella. Now Zielinski. Barella again. Now Bastone, he's got plenty of time to try whip a cross in. But instead goes back to Zielinski. Akanji. Zielinski. Now Barella. Bastone. Zielinski. Barella. Offside. Free kick to Liverpool. Now, come on, Chelsea. Come on, Barca. We need this right now. Barca have scored. Barcelona have scored. It's not telling me who though, but I can tell you Barcelona have scored. Come on Chelsea, come on Inter. I can't get you the goal news on who scored for Barca. Just trust me, bro. Barcelona have scored. Isak has the ball taken off of him by Bastone. Now it's Zielinski. It was Jules Koundé again. Fairs. Come on Chelsea and come on Inter. Gomez. Szoboszlai. McAllister overhits his pass to Isak and it goes out. Come on. Come on. No. Chelsea, please. Inter, please. Wait, they VAR check it. Oh, no. Come on, Chelsea, Inter. Come on. You know what I need from you. You know what I need from you right now. You can cash out for £3, but I don't really want to do that. Because I have faith in Chelsea and Inter right now. Jones. Gravenberch. Nice Canate. Nah, Inter, why are you doing this to me, man? Again, Liverpool still seeing the most of the ball here. Van Dijk. No, yeah, Inter atrocious going forward. Now it's Isak. Back to Robertson. Now Gravenberch. Jones. Szoboszlai. Gomez. Now Jones again. Gomez. Konate and Alisson. What I literally just need, I need Inter and Chelsea to score, please. Please, Thuram, do something for me. Barella, Martinez is offside. Oh, Martinez! Oh, man. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Ekitike. Robertson. McAllister. Gomez. McAllister. Gomez. McAllister, Ekitike, McAllister again. Come on, Inter, man, show some fight, bro, please. I want my money. Chelsea as well. McAllister. Having Lautaro as your GOAT is crazy, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen Lautaro Martinez score a goal while watching football. Szoboszlai now. Picking up the ball in centre back for Liverpool. Jones. Akanji. Zielinski. His pass is intercepted. And now Szoboszlai is brought down by Barella, and that's going to be a yellow card for the Italian. I'm literally just getting shafted by these two games. Can we fix up, please? Or was it Mkhitaryan? Oh, it wasn't even Barella. It was Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan was one of the guys who got me. I feel so sorry for you. Your introduction to this sport was Lautaro Martinez. Do you know how bad I feel for you? I was introduced to this sport by like Fernando Torres and Carlos Tevez, you know, and strikers of that caliber, and you have like the unfortunate circumstances to be introduced to the sport by Lautaro. Okay, now here's Gravenberch. That's a beautiful, beautiful touch. And now it's inside to Isaac. Back out to Robertson. Robertson crosses it, and Bastoni slices it and gets it away for a corner. Because McAllister was lurking there on the goal mouth, and if he gets a touch on that goes in. Chelsea, hurry up and score, man. Joe Gomez on the throw now for Liverpool. Long throw. Headed away by Zielinski. Now it's Martinez. Thuram. He's brought down by Jones, but no foul. Now it's Curtis Jones. He has the ball taken off of him by Zielinski, and now it's Thuram. Thuram has played absolutely atrocious this game. Now Zielinski with Barella and DeMarco ahead of him. Now Barella still with DeMarco ahead of him. He cuts inside, passes it to Lautaro Martinez. Martinez shoots, blocked by Van Dijk. Back out to Barella on the edge of the box. He goes to Henrique. Thuram screaming for it on the edge of the box, but he plays it to Barella. Barella crosses it into absolutely nobody, and Joe Gomez heads it out for a corner. That was a bit better from Inter, although I still think Thuram is playing absolutely atrociously. Corner taken quickly by DeMarco to Zielinski, and then DeMarco with the cross into Thuram, but it's dealt with by Van Dijk. Was it dealt with by Van Dijk, or did it come off of Thuram? No, it was dealt with by Van Dijk, definitely. Inter, man, don't let me down. Oh no. It did come off of Thuram. It will be a goal kick to Liverpool, to be taken by Van Dijk. He plays it out wide to Gomez, who heads it out for an Inter throw, taken quickly by Bastoni, and DeMarco runs onto it. He then goes to cut it back, but Barella runs onto it in the box and just backheels it in straight into Curtis Jones. But Inter have it back with Zielinski. Now it's Henrique. He tries to pass it inside, intercepted by Gravenberch. Van Dijk heads it clear, but it's going to be a free kick to Liverpool. Come on, Chelsea, score. And Inter, score, please. That's what we need. That's all I need. Alisson, Van Dijk, Robertson. Kanji heads it clear. Now it's Barella, Thuram. Now Mkhitaryan. He goes to play through to... What? Martinez, man. What is that? I'm guessing he thought that DeMarco was overlapping when he actually wasn't. Poor, poor, poor. Again from the Inter captain. Bastoni does well again to intercept the ball forward though, and it is a free throw into Liverpool. Gravenberch. It's a Boslow. He switches it long to Robertson. Now it's Ekitike. Ekitike cuts inside. Ekitike shoots, but it's straight at Sommer. as Sommer holds on to it. We're just past the hour mark in this game. Still Inter 0, Liverpool 0. And I'd say Liverpool having the better of the chances. Inter are really struggling to just form a coherent sort of attack. Sommer gets out to Bastoni. There's a nice little Cruyff turn inside Szoboszlai and then goes back to Sommer, who hoofs it long. And then Joe Gomez isn't challenged at all by Thuram, and he knocks it onto Van Dijk. Yeah, this is so bad. This is so bad. Chelsea still 1-1. Szoboszlai. He lines one up to shoot, hits it straight at Bastoni, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw-in. Joe Gomez now on the throw. Looking to go for the long throw is Joe Gomez. Yeah, this game has not been it, if I'm honest. Headed clear. Now it's Thuram. Shrugs off Konate. And then passes it inside to Zielinski, who puts it through McAllister's legs. And then he sprays it out wide to Barella, who's got Henrique ahead of him. He does find Henrique, who then crosses it in. But it's over Lautaro and it's dealt with by Szoboszlai. But Akanji comes rushing in to win it back for Inter. Now it's Thuram. Thuram shoots and then curls it wide. Goal kick. Yeah, that's a beautiful bit of skill by Zielinski on McAllister. Absolutely beautiful. Chelsea still 1-1. And this game's still 0-0. Stone, beautiful tackle to win a throw-in for Inter. He then throws it to Thuram, who finds Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan just jabs the ball to Barella, and now it's Henrique. He then crosses it to absolutely no one yet again, and Konate heads it out for a corner. Inter have been so bad going forward. So bad. So poor. Marco on the corner. DeMarco to take the corner. This time they whips it in. It's awful corner. But the clearance falls to Barella on the edge of the box, and his shot is well wide, and it's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool. Yeah, I don't see Inter scoring in this game. I actually take back my prediction. I think Liverpool could probably win this game because Inter just do not look like scoring whatsoever. Nah, it was a terrible corner, and the shot was even worse from Barella. Martinez wins the ball, and then Gravenberch wins it straight back. Now it's McAllister, Szoboszlai, Jones. McAllister holds off Bishak well, but then he wins the foul as well for Liverpool in the midfield. I think McAllister's been quite good as well. I can't really fault any of Liverpool's midfielders. I think, well, you got Florian Wirtz coming on now, and Connor Bradley for Joe Gomez. But I didn't see who Wirtz was coming on for. But I know Bradley's coming on for Gomez. And Joe Gomez does not look happy to be coming off this pitch. Joe Gomez does not look happy at all to be coming off of this pitch. And it's Alexander Isak coming off for Florian Wirtz. And I'd probably say that's the right choice. I don't think Isak has been great today. And I think Ekitike's looked a lot more lively. And I wouldn't take off any of the midfielders. I think all the midfielders are playing quite well. So I'd say, yeah, Isak's probably the right choice. The Bradley sub, I don't know. I think Gomez has played quite well today. So I think it's harsh to bring him off. But, you know, I think Conor Bradley's a good player as well. So, you know, again, but Wirtz now with his first touch of the ball. Plays it inside to Robertson. And now it's back to Wirtz. Gravenberch. Gravenberch sprays one wide to Bradley. Bradley takes a touch down and sprays it into the box. Ekitike, brilliant block. And now it's Gravenberch and the shot goes over. Yeah, true. You could definitely be doing a lot more productive than watching this game. Luckily, I've made this game, watching this game, productive by doing this stream because, yeah, you know, there's definitely we've all been there though. We've all watched a football game where we've just been like, I could definitely be doing something a lot better than watching this game right now, but I'm already too far invested into the game to turn it off. Konate, Szoboszlai, McAllister, tackled by Thuram. Thuram can bring it for... Oh no, never mind, it's a foul by the Frenchman. Chelsea still 1-1. McAllister's brother has just scored to equalise against Marseille. That game doesn't really matter though. I've already had the money come in from... I've already had the thing come in from that one. So I'm now just waiting on Chelsea and Inter to hurry up and score. Which doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So Bosla on the free kick for Liverpool. 20 minutes left of this game. Still 0-0. Yeah, I think he won the ball. I don't think that's a foul. I agree. I don't think that one was a foul. So if Inter concede from here, it'll be extremely unlucky. So Bosley on the free kick. He just dinks it in. Dealt with by Akanji. Only as far as Wirtz. Jones. So Bosley again. He whips it out wide to Robertson, who then heads it on to Wirtz. It's intercepted by Henrique, who gives it straight back to Robertson. Robertson crosses it. DeMarco doesn't quite... He swings it and misses and isn't able to clear it. And now it's Bradley. He finds Szoboszlai, who then goes to whip another cross in. Dealt with by Bastoni. And then Mkhitaryan is fouled by Conor Bradley. Zielinski. Now Sommer. Zielinski again. Pressed all the way by McAllister. He knocks it on to Martinez, who drops it back for DeMarco and then goes forward to Thuram. And it's DeMarco again. Again over hits his cross and hits his cross too early to absolutely nobody in the box. And Alisson is able to claim it with ease. Poor once again going forward from Inter. They do the build up right, but as soon as they get on the edge of the box, they don't know what they're doing. Jones, Wirtz, Jones. I'm not too sure on what the weather situation is like in Milan at the moment. Konate. Inside to Van Dijk. Jones. Van Dijk. Poor pass from Van Dijk. Now Zielinski. Barella. He's got Thuram ahead of him. Jones and Mkhitaryan are still on the floor. But interplay on. Now it's Van Dijk though. Back to Alisson. Now Gravenberch. And the game has now been stopped to attend to Curtis Jones and Mkhitaryan both on the ground. Chelsea still 1-1 and Inter still 0-0 here. Never mind, McAllister's brother's goal was ruled out. Barca still 2-1 as well. So just waiting on Chelsea and Inter to score. And hopefully they both do. This game has not been great. This game, the attacking football on display from Inter in this game has been nothing short of disgraceful. Yeah, Jones just needs to relax and calm it down a little bit. Now a drop ball for Liverpool. Gravenberch gets us back underway. He goes to Van Dijk. Now it's Konate. Konate goes forward, intercepted by Manuel Akanji, and now it's Mkhitaryan. Inside to Martinez, who has the ball taken off of him by Gravenberch. There's another risky tackle by Martinez, but this time he gets away with it. Then Robertson heads the ball back to Alisson. Bradley now. Konate. Van Dijk. Jones. And I went into this game thinking, oh yeah, counter-attacking football versus fluid tempo play, but nah, it's not been fun. This has actually been such a snooze fest. Alisson. Now Jones. Szoboszlai. Hits a bit of a suicidal pass to Konate, who's just about... Never mind, I was about to say just about to keep it in play. But it goes out for the Inter throw, and now it's Bastone. Martinez. Back to Bastone. Now it's Henrik Mkhitaryan. Akanji. And now it's Zielinski, who can motor forward. He goes back out wide to Barella, Barella Bastone, who's seeing a lot of the ball at the moment. Mkhitaryan. Now it's Barella. Akanji. Bastone. DeMarco. Overhits his pass and it goes out for a Liverpool throw-in. 15 minutes left of this game. Still Inter 0, Liverpool 0. And Chelsea is still 1-1 with 10 minutes left. Spurs have made it 3-0 now against Slavia Praga. Xavi Simons has now scored a penalty. Oh, bless me, man. Bless me. So that's been 2 penalties for Spurs today. Bradley. Now Szoboszlai. Goes out for a Liverpool throw. I'd be sleeping if I didn't have to leave for work right after the game. Oh man. I bet your shift. I bet your work shift will be more enjoyable than this game. Now it's Bastone. He goes long to Thuram, but Konate's down. It'll be a foul. Quick free kick taken by Van Dijk. Szoboszlai now. Robertson. Jones. Robertson. Back to Jones. Robertson again. Jones again. Van Dijk. Gravenberch. His pass to Robertson is intercepted by Akanji, and Akanji can drive forward with the ball. He tries to flick it inside to Barella, but it's intercepted by Gravenberch. Nice Henrique. He was being pressed by both Wirtz and Ekitike. But he's able to see it off. He has the ball again now. Goes across his goal to Bastoni. Bastoni goes forward to Martinez, who's holding up against Konate and goes down for the foul. Chelsea are now 2-1 down. De Ketelaere has just scored for Atalanta. So that's that out the window. So yeah, Chelsea losing. And so now this game can just hurry up and end, because this is actually really painful to watch. DeMarco. Back to Zielinski. Now it's Sommer. 12 minutes left of this game at the San Siro. Still 0-0. Bastoni goes long. Martinez. Thuram. DeMarco. Back to Thuram. Conor Bradley now. Inside to Wirtz. He's got time and space on this ball. He plays it through to Ekitike. Ekitike chips it back to Wirtz. Robertson. Szoboszlai. Now it's Bradley. Bradley again goes inside DeMarco, but then DeMarco slides across to block the cross and then blocks the cross again from Bradley. Bradley's still got the ball though. Now it's Ekitike. Now it's inside to Conor Bradley. Shoots! Big save by Jan Sommer. And now Bastoni can see it away. Thuram. DeMarco. Mkhitaryan. Loose touch. Gives it away to Wirtz. Now it's McAllister. Bradley. Szoboszlai. Robertson. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Wirtz. McAllister. Back to Wirtz. He then tried to play a nice little sneaky one through to McAllister. But they weren't really on the save wavelength, and it was cleared by Akanji. Now it's Szoboszlai. Konate. Gravenberch, who's brought down by Zielinski. So yeah, Chelsea losing, which is kind of dark. I say kind of dark, it's really dark. Yeah, this game needs to end. This game seriously needs to end. I need this game over right now. You notice how much I've been yawning in the stream. This has been such a boring game. And Szoboszlai with another free kick on the edge of Inter's box. Hopefully to make something happen here for Liverpool. Szoboszlai plays it short to Wirtz. Wirtz lines, shoots. Wide. Might have even taken a sneaky little touch off McAllister there. 9 minutes left. Subs to be made now for Inter. You got Carlos Augusto coming on, Boni coming on, and I can't even see who that is. So you got Thuram, Mkhitaryan, and DeMarco coming off for Boni. We're gonna say Boni, Carlos Augusto, and yeah, I don't think 2-1 Inter is happening. I can't lie. And Susek. all coming on now with Inter using up all of their remaining subs to try and win this game here. Liverpool still with 3 subs. They've only made the 2, bringing on Bradley and Wirtz for Isak and Gomez. And these are the first 3 subs that Inter have actually wanted to make, with the first 2 being forced due to injury. And it's probably good that Bonnie's on the pitch, to be fair, because Thuram was not playing well in the slightest. And he's now instantly won the ball off Szoboszlai. Now it's Bastone, Zielinski, Akanji now, Bastone, Susek, who just launches the ball forward. Martinez heads it on, but it goes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. 7 minutes of normal time left in this second half. Still 0-0. You know they're not going to score. You know it's important as well. You know having something important to do. Yeah, we stay away. Yeah. Well, and it looks like I'm missing some absolute classics as well elsewhere. Like I could be watching PSV right now, or Marseille, but instead I'm watching this because I thought Liverpool were going to get absolutely dog walked. I thought it was going to be funny. Bradley, still Connor Bradley, taps it inside to Ekitike, who finds Wirtz. Wirtz goes down under a challenge from Bastone, but the ref waves it away. It's still Liverpool though. And now Augusto hits it clear, and Martinez can chase it, and then Konate pushes him to the floor. And is that a free kick, or is that just going to be a throw into Liverpool? Yeah, long day for Chelsea. Potential penalty check. Oh, for the tackle on Wirtz. I personally don't think it looked like a penalty, but they are going to review it nonetheless. Is it a penalty? Ooh, Bastone does have hold of his shirt, you know. I don't think it's enough for a foul, but Bastone does have hold of his shirt. So anything could happen here. McAllister looks primed and ready to take this penalty if it is given as well. Late drama here at San Siro. Konate has no attempt to play the ball, pushes Lautaro over and still doesn't get the ball. I don't see how that isn't a foul. The ref's now going over to the monitor, so this could be given as a penalty to Liverpool. This could be given as a penalty to Liverpool. I personally do not think that's a penalty, but Bastone does have hold of Wirtz's shirt. Again, I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think he pulls it enough for it to be a penalty. But again, you don't want to give the referee a decision to make here. And it looks like Liverpool could have a chance to win this game later on from a penalty. And I thought Bastone's had a good game so far. The referee does come away from the monitor. The ref just wants to speak to Martinez and Van Dijk. He has given the penalty. The referee has given the penalty and Bastone is going to go into the book. McAllister has the chance to win this here for Liverpool late on. Or is Jan Sommer going to be the hero? I assume it's going to be McAllister to take. It might be even Ekitike. He doesn't even need to hold his shirt as well. Look how much taller he is than Wirtz. He never ever needs to pull his shirt there. Never ever. Oh, it'll be Dominik Szoboszlai versus Jan Sommer. Here we go. Hungary versus Switzerland. Dominik Szoboszlai. from the spot to win this for Liverpool late on. Szoboszlai scores 1-0. Liverpool. Through a penalty from Dominic Szoboszlai after an idiotic foul from Bastoni. I don't know why, as a centre-back that tall against someone of the stature of Wirtz, why are you pulling his shirt? Awful defending and a lapse in concentration from Bastoni. The person I'd least expect it from. You know, if I thought anyone was giving away a penalty today, it would be Akanji. But, you know, it's a very, very good penalty from Szoboszlai, and that should be it for Liverpool. There's no way they let Inter back into this game. No way they let Inter back into this game. Yeah, it's stupid defending from Bastoni. It's 3 goals in 6 matches for Dominic Szoboszlai. Now, Barella gets us back underway, but I don't think there's going to be enough time for them to get an equaliser here. So both Chelsea and Inter have let me down at the last stretch for my bet. Very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. It's going to make Salah look an idiot, though. Zielinski. 1 minute of normal time left to play in this game. It's Liverpool 1, Inter 0. Susek. Inside to Martinez. Now Akanji. Now Zielinski. Bastoni. Zielinski. Akanji. Henrique. Barella. He plays it inside to Zielinski, who can try and make his way into the box. Does. And then back out. Plays it into Martinez. Then it's Bisek. Intercepted by Szoboszlai. And now here's Wirtz. To Szoboszlai. Back to Wirtz. Now inside to McAllister with Ekitike running ahead of him. He just passes it sideways to Szoboszlai. And now out to Bradley. Jones. Back to Konate. Now Gravenberch. Now it's Florian Wirtz. Wirtz inside to Ekitike. Now Wirtz. Now Ekitike. Still Ekitike. Shot blocked by Martinez. And then Konate wrestles the ball back. Van Dijk. Jones. Wirtz. He lofts one in. Aimed at Ekitike. And it was between him and Bradley getting there. And it was then seen out for a goal kick. Still 6 minutes. Well, 5.5 minutes for Inter to try find an equaliser here. I doubt they will. But they have time nonetheless. Bastoni. Boni. Susek. Zielinski. Now Bastoni. Akanji. Inside to Barella. Bastoni. Boni. He goes inside. Tries to find Barella. Intercepted by McAllister, who just hooks it out for an Inter throw-in. And now he goes down with cramp. So Chelsea do lose 2-1. Atletico win 3-2. Spurs win 3-0 and Marseille win 3-2. And it looks like Barca are going to win 2-1 and Inter Milan also lose 1-0. Yeah, it's a good penalty by Szoboszlai. Sommer goes the right way, but he couldn't reach it. Akanji. Zielinski. Bastoni. Zielinski. Akanji. Martinez brings it down in the box, turns, tries to find the shot, and then scoops it wide, and it'll be a goal kick to Liverpool. Or is it a corner? It's a corner to Inter instead, and Barella gets out there quick to take it. Barella with a corner. And it's straight onto Alisson, and Alisson claims it. And he should hang on to this now for a few seconds. And then he launches it long. For Ekitike to chase. For Robertson to chase even when he couldn't keep it in. And it'll be an Inter throw in with just 3 minutes left. Sommer. Susek. Zielinski. It's now or never for Inter to find an equaliser. Barella. Bisek. He keeps driving forward, then goes inside. But his touch is too heavy and it's cleared by Van Dijk. But one back by Akanji. Hernandez. Henrique even, sorry, my bad. Susek. Who drives into the box but then runs straight into Bradley and brings him down for a foul. 2 minutes left for Liverpool to hang on to this 1-goal lead at the San Siro. Free kick to Inter, taken quickly by Akanji. 1 minute left in this game for Inter to rescue a point. Goes out for a throw into Inter. What? No, never mind, a throw into Liverpool, should I say. Here's one back by Inter though, and then straight back to Liverpool. Susek, inside to Martinez. His pass is intercepted, now it's Szoboszlai. Inside to McAllister, and now it's Wirtz. With Szoboszlai ahead of him. Lays it off to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's got to hold on to it in the corner here for just a few more seconds. Wirtz. Akanji. And then this should be it now. One last throw to Inter. Taken by Bastoni. Now Akanji. Inside to Barella. That should be that. Inter still have the ball in their half. But they are being afforded a few extra seconds to come forward. That's a poor pass, and that should be everything. No, Jones has time to bring it forward, and that's a foul. That'll be a free kick to Liverpool. Ekitike's in. And then he's tackled by Barella. Bastoni. And now the final whistle blows. So full time at San Siro. Inter 0, Liverpool 1. And that's a big win for Liverpool. They left it late and they got a tad bit lucky. But it doesn't matter how you get them. They get the 3 points in the Champions League. And they show Mo Salah that they can win games without him. So that is all for today's watch along stream. I hope you all enjoyed. But before I go, I would very much appreciate it if 2 seconds. I would very much appreciate it If you all went and checked out this video that's on screen right now, which is my most recent video where I talk about Mo Salah's comments that he made after the draw to Leeds. So, you know, if you enjoyed this stream, please do obviously like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and go check out this video. But with all of that being said, I've been